And finally, a much-needed warm-up here headed our direction here. A lot of sunshine, kind of like what we saw yesterday, but we're actually going to be adding on a little bit of a special bonus of some winds out of the southeast. That'll help kind of carry the load just a little bit more back into those low to mid 50s here as we get into our Wednesday. Get out and enjoy it while we got it, because unfortunately it is not here to stay as we get on the other side of this next storm system moving in by Thursday. Again, some rain overspreading the area as we get into the early morning hours. Again, by about 7 and 8 o'clock is when I'd expect to have that umbrella ready, but we could see some stray sprinkles out ahead of that, certainly. On the other side here of this cold front that we're going to be tracking into the afternoon hours, some of that cold air may catch up to some of this moisture. It may be enough left over to flip some of those raindrops over to some snowflakes. Still not expecting any issues with this here in terms of road conditions or anything like that. I would honestly be a little bit surprised if any of that even adds up here on some of those elevated surfaces, as short of a window as it's got here from about midday to about the early afternoon hours, and then it's off toward the east, and we're going to be catching our breath, so to speak, here as we get into Friday. But again, that's not the dangerous part of these next couple storm systems that we're going to be tracking. That's going to be waiting for us as we get into this weekend. We got another lobe of some of that moisture working its way into some pretty cold temperatures. I don't know that we're going to be back into the teens already by Saturday, but they'll be headed our direction soon enough. But it'll be cold enough that we're going to be looking at a chance for some snow on Saturday. The details on that still a little bit tough to shake out right now. It doesn't look like it's going to be a major system, but anything from about a dusting upwards to about an inch or two certainly possible. So stay with us on that. But looking at the big picture setup, and this is kind of what holds all the cards. There's a big dome of some of that cold air, and it's about where we normally leave it this time of year. Watch what happens, though, on the west side of Greenland here. We're going to be tracking high pressure, kind of dislodging a lot of that. And it can't go back out into space, so it's got to go somewhere, and it shoves it southward. That's where we see these Arctic outbreaks here across reaching places like mid-Missouri, and this one looks like it's got the legs to do so here. That's why we've issued that weather alert day for that dangerous amount of cold air that's going to be headed our direction. The worst of this, though, looks like it's going to be more so Sunday morning, Saturday night into Sunday morning. We'll get down into the single digits, but we're going to hang on to those blustery conditions, and that's going to knock those wind chills well below zero. I think just about across the board. We're going to be pretty close to doing that again as we get into Monday. And again, this may have some legs here to be on the other side of Monday too. So this is something that we're going to be tracking. Again, like I mentioned earlier, anything on the other side of about Saturday and Sunday. A little bit murky right now, but what we're thinking here in terms of temperatures, looking at that 8 to 14 day outlook, this may be a little bit of a long-lived cold snap here. At least the folks at the Climate Prediction Center certainly think so, and there is some sign of that here that we agree with. So we'll watch this going forward here as we get into next week. We'll worry about that next week, though. Looking at this upcoming week at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast. Again, there's those two weather alert days, Sunday into Monday. We also have a chance of picking up maybe some snow Monday into Tuesday. But again, a lot of details kind of hard to iron out as of right now. Stay with us, though. We'll be tracking it over these next couple of days.